Are you there? Mariam, are you ready?
हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
Walaikum assalam.
क्या हाल है सर?
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Thank you very much for joining, Mariam. So you can take the lead. I'm going to go ahead and try to actually bring in some other people. So carry on.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so assalamu alaikum everyone, all of you, those who have joined us today here, on the first ever BPO centric webinar that is being held by BPO Cloud Pakistan. And I would like to brief you a little bit about our initiative. Why have we created this platform? And the BPO industry has been operating in Pakistan for a long period of time now. And individually, there are many call centers that are operating. But the thing is that up till until now, there hasn't been, a unified, comprehensive platform जहाँ से सब लोग जो है ना they can reach out to each other, they can work on projects that are being running internationally. So this is the first time that I would like to congratulate you, sir, Mr. Hassan Nisar and Raheel Khokar, who have taken a step forward to create such an innovative platform जहाँ पर इट डजेंट मैटर कि आपका साइज क्या है, आप एक बड़े कोई एंटरप्रेन्योर हो या एक स्मॉल स्केल बिजनेस सेटअप करना चाह रहे हो, एवरीवन इज ओपन टू दिस प्लेटफॉर्म, एवरीवन इज वेलकम हियर कि वो आकर ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं उसको. एंड बेसिकली द थिंग इज टू प्रमोट दिस इंडस्ट्री and to highlight the importance of the BPO sector और किस तरह जो है हम इससे रेवेन्यू जनरेट कर सकते हैं और इसको किस तरह बेहतर तरीके से आगे लेकर जा सकते हैं. सर, एक बात आपकी मुझे याद आ रही है, आपने हमें कहा था कि एक लीडरशिप सेशन में हमारे कि बहुत सारे लोग जो हैं वो बीपीओ या अपना कॉल सेंटर सेटअप करते हैं बट दे आर अनएबल टू सर्वाइव मोर देन 4 to 6 months. मतलब मैक्स ऐसा होता है कि वो 4 से 6 महीने ही निकाल पाते हैं, उससे ज्यादा नहीं कर पाते. तो देयर इज ए रीजन फॉर दैट जो कि आपने हमें बताई थी, एंड दैट इज गाइडेंस, प्रॉपर कोचिंग एंड प्रॉपर ट्रेनिंग जो कि उनको नहीं मिलती है उस सारे प्रोसेस के अंदर. So I'm very glad. I would like to tell everyone that this is one such platform जिसके साथ you can connect, and I have all my faith in Allah Almighty. और उसके बाद आप लोग जो इस initiative को लेकर चल रहे हैं कि जो कॉल सेंटर्स 4 महीने 6 महीने चलते थे, अब आई एम प्रीटी कॉन्फिडेंट कि इंशाल्लाह इसको हम इतना अच्छा बना देंगे कि उनको बंद नहीं करना पड़ेगा अपना कॉल सेंटर इंशाल्लाह। तो इस तरह के ट्रेनिंग सेशंस चलते रहेंगे, एंड आई रिक्वेस्ट एवरीवन कि वो जो है ना दे रीच आउट टू अस, और ताकि वी कैन वर्क टुगेदर ऑन दिस प्रोजेक्ट ऑन अ होल न्यू लेवल। तो दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड. Baki sir, if you can add Meher and if he can, brief us more about it, so that would be great.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. Just hang in there.
Okay. Okay. So I would read the comments. Okay. Muhammad Talha says that he. Sir, nahi, there is a request option. Okay, Meher needs to, click on that.
Okay.
Let me.
I think I see him. You can ask him, and then you could see Laura and Gabriel there as well. If you could tell them to do that. In the meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and actually talk. And as soon as I'm going to receive the request, so I will initiate that. So we have Gabriel there as well. Gabriel as an independent agent, one of the people who are playing a very vital and important role in USA right now, helping us streamline this connection between Pakistan and US when we talk about BPO cloud and BPO, the BPO industry. Gabriel, could you send a request so that I can add you and Meher at the same time, you as well? If you go down and if you could press the request button, so you guys can actually go ahead and talk here.
Meher just sent you a request, sir.
Okay. Yeah, we have, I think Laura is there. Could you guide Laura as well?
Laura will be joining over WhatsApp.
Okay. Can you please take him on WhatsApp and ask him to actually take the lead now?
Yeah, sure. Just give me a moment. I'll do that.
Yeah, sure. Please do that. In the meanwhile, I'll try to figure out, what's going on here.
Okay.
Are you calling Laura?
Yes, I'm connecting Laura.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. We're just trying to, connect with a few people so that, they could be there in the webinar and talk. Let me know when ready. Thanks, Abil. Really appreciate the feedback.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening. I'm not sure what time is in Pakistan right now, but It's 11 in the morning here in Florida. Just wanted to say hi to everyone. My name is Gabriel Bo. Like Hassan was saying, I'm a new agent here in the industry. And basically, I'm happy to be a part of this movement. I'm looking forward to working with you guys and bridging the gap between Pakistan and the United States, and bringing compliance and more transparency into this industry so we can all go together, in this industry. So, very happy to be here. Uh, I was on my TV, so it took me a second for me to come on, so I apologize for the delay, but I know there's a lot of opportunity for all of us, especially working with Lauro and with the experience he brings to the table. I know each of you guys also have been in the industry, 10 years, 5 years, and I think all of us together can make this a place where buyers and sellers and publishers and advertisers and marketers and agents and agencies can all come as one, and really make a movement out of this. And I know sometimes there's hurdles with working with offshore and onshore, but we really want to bridge that gap. And I know Lauro has the vision. I have the vision of creating this new industry per se, where compliance is key. So yeah, looking forward to working with all of you guys.
Appreciate that, Gabriel. I'm just trying to, add a few people so that they could. Anyhow, so how's the weather today, by the way?
It's sunny right now, so Florida, Sunshine State. So I'm not sure Pakistan, it's cold out there, but it was pretty warm for us.
I don't think it's almost 9:30. Yeah, 9:30, 9:40 p.m. right now. It was raining yesterday, and in the morning it was raining, and then afterwards it was a little cold. It's turning now into a little warm, and in next few weeks we'll be back to the summers, and that's when we enjoy the sun, and at the same time we get the heat as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So just
Nice.
yeah, I'm just trying to bring the more people so that everyone could have a chance to actually give their share. I'm going to go ahead and actually talk about what this initiative is about. One of the things, it's been almost 17 years. I started a long time back, and a lot of people have asked me this question: how at such a young age? I'm almost 35 now, and how at such a young age, I mean, half of my life has been spent into this industry. If you look at the math, if you do the maths, I started very young because of the circumstances, and at the same time, in order to bring the food on the table. So the best industry which I had, which I could, I was accepted by, was BPO or call center, and the industry is operational in Pakistan for almost 2 decades. So it was pretty clear to me, at that point of time when I started the industry, that if I have to earn decent compared to the other jobs, which are like for you guys, it's insurance. Insurance is a hot gig. I mean, if it is done right, Laura is one of the example, and a lot of independent agents, and you must be, reaping the benefits of being in the insurance industry. And same goes for me and a lot of people like me, in Pakistan, who joined the telemarketing or call center industry. And that actually kind of, brought a lot of, you can say, opportunity for me, and as well as for my family. They're living a decent life at the end of the day. So at that point, starting it, knowing that that's the only industry where the money is good, and then with the passage of time, in the first couple of years, it was so easy for me to, just hang in there. I think someone is, one of the things which I've done was I became the host of this entire event, and that's now causing me to do a lot of stuff. I don't know. Laurel is calling. Mariam, it's giving me the option. My apologies, guys. It's giving me the option, but I cannot actually add you. Somehow there is some problem with that. It's due to the internet or maybe some limitation. I don't know, but I cannot. Yeah, he is. I can see him, but I cannot add him. I cannot see Meher as well as I cannot see the other people. Anyhow, I'm going to take the lead, people. I was trying to actually add more more participants, but I think, you know, somehow there is some technical difficulty. Maybe it's because of Facebook. It's not me. Yeah. I think probably I can add only one participant. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Mariam. You are right. One participant at one time, I believe so. That's good. Can you please send me the request again? Now I can. Yeah, I can see you. Here you go. Muhammad Ali saying, Salam, happy uncle. Yeah, man. That's right. Turned into an uncle. Probably only one. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Hello. Okay, so Laura is with me on the call. So I would request Laura to, go ahead.
Hey, assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters, and greetings from Northern California.
Hello.
I don't know what's going on with my Facebook. I don't know what's going on with my Facebook, but it's just, I can't even connect, so I apologize. But you know what? I want to, first of all, thank Mr. Hassan and everybody that's a part of the BPO Cloud. I think the initiative is very honest. It's real. And everybody that I spoke to has come to a consensus, you know. And as I prepared for this conference today, you know, my teammates, shared with me a few items they wanted me to cover, right? That's my goal today. But before I do that, again, my name is Lauro Herrera, and I live in Northern California. I'm the father of 4 children, ages 14 to 5 years old, and I have a puppy dog as well. But you know what? It's for 18 years, I have always been on the insurance marketing side, and I was very, very, very successful doing that. And I say that with so much humility, but that's what brought me into the marketing world. Because when I started my career in the insurance business, I understood that I needed to build partnerships with my marketing side. And for a lot of people, regardless of what they sell, for me it was insurance. I realized real quick that these marketing guys, onshore, offshore, it's very hard to find a good one. And that's a fact. So I took the initiative 15 years ago that if I was going to grow my insurance company, I had to have this component, this marketing that included all the services that BPO offers, call centers offer, etc. And I started on that path. And I started with TV advertisements. And when we started with TV advertisements, we needed the call center to collect all of that TV traffic. Then we went to direct mail, and direct mail was very challenging. And we did so many angles where we needed a call center environment. And I could go on and on and on and on of all of these strategies that I personally used. I've failed. I've made money. I've lost a lot of money. It has not been easy. But I've realized one thing, that in order to grow your company, regardless of what category you're in the BPO, you got to build a partnership. And you know, for me, in that partnership in Pakistan began in approximately 2015. You know, I was working with centers in the Philippines, some centers out of Guyana and South America, Central America. But then I came across a really, really good man that eventually became my partner. That was your brother. You understand? And we were able to start together a call center right there in Rawalpindi out of nothing but a dream. And we turned that into something that was special. You guys understand what I'm saying? Something that was special. In fact, that company last year did 25,000 in applications where we helped these big agencies write those applications, which is significant, let me tell you. And it just, not only has it won over my heart having a good friend, but also your guys' brother that's helped us have success in America. And the potential in that loyalty over the years speaks for itself. And that's why I am involved in this space today. You know, last year I told my partner, I said, you know what, my heart's going into the direction of BPO business. And, you know, I want to get out of the call center space, and I want to get into this BPO space and really help out more of the centers in Pakistan and also connect them with more of the insurance companies, of any category, regardless of insurance, that need that good, partner, marketing, outsourcing. And that's what we're doing here in 2022, myself. But the goal is what? It's to be able to provide better training to centers in Pakistan. That's my goal, because if collectively we can provide better training to you guys, better knowledge, better information, we're all going to do better. And let me give you guys an example of that. Okay? Because now we're going to talk about the bad news, the bad parts, and we got to be able to look in the mirror and accept it, own it. I've made a ton of mistakes. I have. But it's good to own those mistakes. But some of us in the call center business, you do not want to look in the mirror and own them. And here's one perfect example. Right now, I have an uncapped client that buys, thousands of calls from us. I mean, we can feed them with a shovel, leads, live calls, and this guy's a monster. And here's the problem with a lot of the centers in Pakistan that we bring on board, whether they're small and even the larger guys. They all tell me they have Blacklist Alliance. They all tell me they have this, that, the other scrubbing system that they're buying as a scrubbing system. You feel me? But then when they go against the real DNC.com live feed, it is straight destroying centers. It's bringing them to their knees. And I sit back and I say to myself, I know these centers are not trying to send calls that are not compliant, because I know a lot of you guys, and I know you guys are working hard. Why? Because I've been working in Pakistan at a personal level with the partner that I shared with you guys. So I've got to know a little bit more about how you guys operate, your culture, and just your loyalty to going to work. I know that. So I know we're not setting each other up for failure. You feel me? So then it tells me that it has to do where you're buying your data, who you're buying it from, and also where you're getting your DNC systems. And it's sad to see that a lot of this volume gets rejected and you guys don't get paid. My argument is, if we have better training, if we have better compliance, if we together can bring in some of my American data vendors and collectively, do something collectively at a big monetary scale collectively, I'm down for collective work. then we can bring a database that's compliant in the US, and then all of us, okay, that have a call center can have an even playing field when they're sending their honest calls. That's step one, ladies and gentlemen, for me. And it's not easy to accept that because there's this old thinking of I'm the best, I know what I'm doing, you can't tell me. Well, let me put it to you this way. When I run your information through this machine that knocks out all of your DNC, it's demoralizing, trust me. I have met with some of my BPO centers that started on that project with me, and they were demoralized, but they weren't mad at me, but they were demoralized of the fact that they were either buying the data, the scrubbing system, whatever. Now, this is not a beat-up session, and it's not going to be negative, okay, because no one here is perfect. But my mission is to collectively come together and be real and positive about a change. And I promise you guys this. If we can better these points and a few others that this BPO Club Pakistan is working on, all right, it's going to make it better for everybody. And you're going to have more Americans like me having confidence, having stories, good stories, not just the bad stories, but good stories where I'm more business in Pakistan. Why? Because of your brother that I'm telling you about. That was real. From day one, he did what he said. Loyal. If he made a mistake, he owned it. And we can build that way. 25,000 apps last year at OEP. I'm sure some big boys on this phone call. I get you. But from starting from nothing in 2015 to having something speaks for itself. And I think this is the type of conversations we need to be having. If you're a data vendor, you know, you're selling those suppression lists is another issue in our space. Come on. Then you're at fault. You're hurting your own people. You're hurting the confidence. Why? Because I've seen some good people buy data that was just a suppression list, ladies and gentlemen. That's not fair. I get it. But there is a way to make this better. That's all I know. And that's connecting more of our Pakistani partners with American companies. And the only way the American companies are going to have confidence of doing business in Pakistan is if they understand that we're having an initiative. You understand what I mean? An initiative. Are we working towards that initiative? If you're working in the UK, are you working towards that initiative? Are you staying up on top of these laws, DNC, TCPA? Or are you doing as we people over here in California in Texas area, they say, or you're all, or you're just guns blazing, shooting from the hip, like the Wild West on a horseback. Come on. So anyways, you know, I'm excited about this. I'll tell you right now, I think the movement is real. It's honest, and I'm getting all of my friends over here involved in it. They're in data, they're technology, they're buyers. If they're insurance customers buying, guess what? They're getting to meet my friends, my people that are in your country. Again, the message is positive, no room for negativity. Is it perfect? No. But some of these folk only want to focus on the negative side, man. I talk to some of you guys, man, and all I hear is negative, 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 negative. We got to work on the positive. We got to focus on that and accept the negative and make it better. So thank you once again, ladies and gentlemen. God bless all.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to try to add Meher now. I think he is there. I'm going to drop you. Can you... just give me a second. Can you please drop the call, Mariam, so that, you know, I could add
yes, sir.
someone. Yeah, please do that.
What are you saying? Sorry, I didn't get you.
I'm saying, could you please drop it so that I could add, you know, Meher, and then I think I can add Lauro. he can be live as well. Could you please drop it?
Okay, sure.
Disconnect so that. Yeah, now I figured it out. So we have Omer as well. Just give me a second. Omer, I'm going to add you. I see a lot of good people there, from the industry who understands the industry pretty well. Laura summed it up pretty well. I mean, he explained all the aspects and the problems. And I think the main one is the compliance. And you know what? It's not anymore the motivation or the inspiration we have to work upon, but we have to get real now to understand what are the problems. There are times when you have to be feeling like, or you have to be actually at a point where you have to be inspired, and then you have to take steps to initiate. But BPO industry is old enough. It's about 30 years old in Pakistan, and globally maybe older than that. So when something gets to this age of years, it's not about inspiration or motivation anymore. What it's about is basically, how to make it better, and how to bring the improvisation in the, hang in there, I think I can add, how you can bring in the improvisation in, in the platform, in the industry itself. And not only Laura, but as Gabriel mentioned, there's a lot of opportunity there. And Laura, since he is into the space of call center space, so he understands that what are the challenges which they have been facing, there in the States, whenever, they have stepped up into a partnership. But at the same time, what caused him to stick with Pakistan or with the call centers in Pakistan was the compliance. And, his partnership with one of the people, I mean, the company name is X Telecom, and they actually did their best to facilitate. That's all what I know. I mean, there is no other reason because of which, anyone would spend 7 years in one country with one. And right now, his confidence is so high that he's trying to partner up with a lot more people. One of the other problems which we have seen is that the knowledge sharing is pretty limited. Not only just limited, but it's like close to nothing. And because of which, just hang in there. Let me just. Yeah. So we have Meher here. Meher, what are you?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum. So finally you're here.
Yes, alhamdulillah.
Okay, that's pretty good, man. So we would like to hear your views, your journey of BPO and BPO cloud, and how do you see the future of this industry, and what are the challenges you think that we have been facing? I'm pretty sure you must have concluded something in this time of working with BPO, and at the same time you must have something in your mind. And after that, I'll try to add some more people like Abil to share their views, and Omar as well to share his views. Carry on, please.
All right. So, first of all, everyone. Back in year, I joined this industry and realized that it was just like every who is just going history, because this industry had, from quite long since its creation. So I joined as the one to look for a job.
You're breaking up. We can't hear you properly. I don't know if you're breaking up. Your video is fine, but I don't know. It's breaking up. Your voice is breaking up. Habil, I'm gonna take you on. I know your journey, man. I mean, you started very young, and mashallah, you're doing pretty well in the space. I would like for you to actually, yeah, Suhail, I just figured it out, so that's why I dropped Meher and trying to add Habil to share his views. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam. Habil, glad to have you, man.
First of all, how are you?
I am good, and I'm going to speak on behalf of everyone. Yes, everyone is good, perfectly fine today.
Perfect. Actually, it was off today, so I'm at home. First of all, actually, I was listening to everybody, to you, to Mariam, to Laura as well, regarding everything regarding campaigns, regarding insurance. But I want to add some little things as I committed. First of all, so we are working with too many independent agents. We are working with too many brokers as well in the US. So first of all, everyone is getting issue regarding uh, reportings and approvals on their sales, on their life transfers, on their leads. First of all, brokers are not doing well in the industry. Some brokers, not all of them. So the major issue we are getting right now in this industry is lack of the communications. Uh, there are many centers. There are small centers. There are big as well. Who are getting orders. Who are working with insurance agents. And after committing everything, they are not communicating well with the agents, and they are not communicating well with the brokers as well, with the companies as well. So that's the major issue. First of all, we all have to make our communications well. And the second thing is committing about DNC and TCPS. Everyone is saying like we are using DNC scrub, and we are using blacklist alliance, and they are not using. They are just sending garbage regarding live transfers. They are just sending garbage on, like they're just wasting time of agents. They are just wasting time of companies as well. Like they sit to take the transfers. They sit to make the sales, and they sit to get the transfer from the center. But they commit, we will send like 100 transfers. We will send 100 billables, and we will provide 50 or 10 or 20 policies a day. But they are not providing that. They are just wasting time of the agents. First of all, uh, according to this BPO centric webinar, we have to build a layer, the first layer, to check out the centers, how much volume they can send, how many agents they have, what tool they're using to scrub the data. Like the major issue in this industry, I think, the first and the major issue is the data. No one is scrubbing data for DNCs, for litigators as well. So the agents are facing issues on that. They're getting DNCs, they're getting like waste of time customers. So the first thing is to scrub the data. So for that, you guys have to, or this cloud BPO have to make a layer to check every center who partner with this industry, every like what they're using, like, to scrub the data. Like they're using Blacklist Alliance, they're using dncscrub.com, or they're just using a local dialer scrubbers, because the dialer scrubbers is not good enough to scrub the scrub the data, because they can that scrubbers at least 60 or 50%. So we all have to like go together in this. First of all, if I outsource, if I work with any small center, So I have to, first of all, my steps are to check, first of all, what tool they're using to scrub the data, and the second, how much volume. The main thing is how much volume they can send.
Makes
So
sense.
I can commit to my buyers. I can send you that volume.
Okay, makes sense. It makes a lot of sense, Abil. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. And that's true that this is one of the major issues, which this industry is facing at this point of time. And let me take someone else. I'm gonna drop you so that someone else could actually participate and share their views. And at the end, I'll be sharing mine.
All right, so here I'm again. So am I audible now?
You are.
Okay. So as I was telling that, I joined this industry, and what I realized that, that there is a very few information that is, circulating in the market. People have very less information, less exposure to a lot of things. So what I realized was that, by being in any industry, if you are associated to someone who can actually guide you, who can actually train you, who can actually tell you how to take things on and how to proceed with your vision and what you are trying to achieve. I mean, that's what made me, stick to this industry, because initially I was not trying to be, become a part of this industry for quite so long. So coming forward to, going forward to, I mean, if we relate that scenario with this BPO Cloud Pakistan, so I think this is a same platform for everyone to know, to learn, and to get a lot of knowledge regarding how to operate, how to operate the call centers, and what are the complexities. That will obviously everyone will be standing on the same floor for the same and exact vision and for the same cause. Then I think that's going to make a lot of sense. So the crux I have to, realized so far is, I'll just cut it short, that this, I mean, to everyone out there who is listening me right now, I would, just would like to tell everyone that, guys, this is the platform. I mean, you got to understand that I have realized it by being associated with, obviously, Mr. Hassan Nisar. He was there to guide me. Obviously, with a proper guidance and a path, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. Another thing which I've always said, that this industry has been, has missing its recognition from quite so long, since it has joined from, it has came to Pakistan. So why is that? So because there was not a lot of information, a lot of knowledge regarding this industry. When that will be here, I'm pretty sure, as Mariam, said in her session, that as per, as per Hassan Saab said, that there are 500 to 600, I mean, centers that close up in like their first 6 months. I mean, 6 months is still a very conservative number, to be very honest. So yeah, by being on this platform, I would like to ask everyone to join this platform, learn from this platform, and that is the only way, of I mean, obviously, unity is strength, as it is. We have been, listening to it from our childhoods, but we have to replicate that in this industry. Once we will be united, we will see that how it's going to impact this industry, inshallah. And this industry is going to be, will be recognized as all other industries are. And I'm alhamdulillah, I feel proud that a lot of people from different industries are reaching us out. I mean, I had just word with some people from different industries, and they want to become a part of this initiative as well. They want to put in some value for this initiative. I mean, people have started realizing the importance of this industry, alhamdulillah. So alhamdulillah, kudos, and I wish this industry and, to be very honest, this platform, best of luck. And thank you so much for Mr. Hassan Nisar for initiating this.
Thank you, Meher. Thank you. I'm here. I just turned off the camera.
Yeah. Oh, no problems.
Okay. Thank you, Meher. I'm just going to keep you there for a while. Meher, would you like to share your journey, please? Let me try adding Umair. Umair, could you please accept the invite so that it's trying to add him. Okay. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and sum it up, with a few very important aspects. I'm going to talk about BPO Cloud for a while, and then the kind of problems as well as their solutions as well. Since that was an introductory session, we cannot see you, but we can hear you, Umair. Yeah, it dropped. First and important. Reham Khan, you're right. I mean, that's true. It's the guidance, that's very important. Before we step into that, we have to actually understand what we are stepping into. What is BPO? Now, one of the things which I've observed lately is that I mean, it's good to take risks and step into or jump into something, and then you figure it out later on that on your journey that how it becomes successful. First and foremost thing, just think of it, what kind of an amazing marvel it is, uh, across the globe. I mean, from one point of the world to the other point of the world. Imagine the technology and the advancement that earlier, in order to send something, even a message, people would have to take ages, and they had to actually send people specifically, through horses or through ships or whatsoever. But today, we are sitting at a point where we can assist, facilitate, do the customer services, and provide, what do we say, provide the services which they're looking for. But moving on, I'm trying to actually read the comments as well at the same time so that, I don't miss on to anything. So, about 20 years back, it was a lot easier. The TCPA, the compliance, those are a few things, which were not as strict as they are today. But is there a solution for that? The answer is yes. And how do we resolve that? It's pretty simple. A few of the cost-effective and a few expensive options are there. And we're going to be talking about that. But let's just look at the industry right now, where it stands. Thousands and thousands and thousands of call centers. So how it's working right now? It's working in a way that a few people who understands the industry, they are providing a ready-made franchise solution to the smaller call center or to the new entrepreneurs. And there is nothing like small or big, at the end of the day, it's the journey, which people step into. So what happens is there is a data, there's a dialer, there's a VoIP, and there's a client who pays, and there is a company who understands the business. And what they do is, a couple of people or a bunch of people, they get together and they say, okay, now we don't want to work as an employee, but we want to work independently. And there's nothing wrong with that. The only problem comes in, when they go ahead and take all of those solutions and then they sit down and they start dialing. And at any point of time, if that service, that franchise, or that mother company is not there to facilitate, then they do not have any other option. And then what happens is, then the chaos starts. The people who gotten affiliated with this, they do not have any other option because of the reason that they were relying entirely and completely upon someone else. Now, how are we going to address these major problems? Number one, let's talk about where does Pakistan stands at this point of time. Now, I know that a lot of clients, they have hired people from different places of the world to look at what, to monitor the sales process, to do the quality assurance, or to do the reporting from different parts of the world. And then what happens is, they pay them hourly, or they pay them, however, the settlement is. And then there is another portion of the world where the clients, pay them upfront. And then what they do is, they provide their services. And then it comes to, Pakistan. And when we look at Pakistan, the services, which the BPO industry is providing right now, that's entirely 100% on the commission base. Well, when I started, that's not how it was. How it was, it has to be a mutual. We need to understand what BPO is. It's business process outsourcing. Now, we have to realize what our specialty is. We have talented, loyal, hardworking population, which is young and energetic. And what we can do is, if someone is there to teach us, we are willing to learn, not only learn, but we are willing to actually give our days and nights to deliver. And that's why, we have people like Habil and a lot of you guys who are there, who have opened up the call center and now are success stories. Can we deliver the amount of service? Yes. I'm going to share a small story, here. When the first time there was a company called Touchstone, which was initiated, and a first batch of a few people were sent to States to get the mortgage training. And the people, the trainers there, when they spoke to those people, and I know, many of them are my friends as well. I know them personally. And when they were in the state of Texas and the training was given, the feedback came out. Actually, not the feedback. They asked a question. Sir, Mr. Sloan, can we get more people like these? Who were those? Who were 18, 20, 22, 23, 24 years old? Not old, young people. I mean, a group of girls and some boys, who went to States to learn how mortgages are done for a couple of weeks training. And the answer Mr. Sloan gave was, it's still in my mind and in my heart. There are about 240 million of such people available in Pakistan. Number one. Number two. So, yes, there is human capital available. And now let's just talk about that call center industry, what kind of good this industry bring on the table. Is this the industry which makes money? Yes. There is no other industry in Pakistan, or I can tell you for sure with experience, who could bring in that much amount of money on the table for the people who are associated with it, who are willing to learn, who are willing to hard work, who are willing to actually put the required amount of effort. And the money is there for sure. So is any other industry comparable to that? No, but we have done a bad job in past 30 years, the BPO representative, who have not highlighted the aspect of money making and the aspect of service of this industry. If you would have done that today, these many centers, how many of us or how many are out there who are not even, I was just having a conversation with someone a while back, and they said, there was someone who was of the age 70 or 72 years, and he said, what is call center? And how does that work? And I'm pretty sure a lot of you, here on this, webinar right now would relate to this. Why after 30 years, call center has not been recognized, whereas there are about 1 million people who are associated with it. Now, the second thing is, if we are a country, which has 240 million population, and 60% of that is young people who have been studying English. That's the first requirement. And after that, the technical skills when it comes to Excel or the systems and being tech savvy, being good in computers and all of that. Now, those are the skills which can be taught. 60% of the population actually can do that job. And right now, I know that all the centers out there, they are in the search of people. So that's one of the aspects, one of the reasons why we have created, BPO Cloud Pakistan, where we could spread the awareness out there. Now, this is a career, guys. This is not a joke. I've spent 17, 18 years in this industry, and I've made fortune, not only fortune, but all the respect that I have, and the credit goes to this industry for sure. And is there only telemarketing the only domain? Let's understand what is BPO, business process outsourcing, a component of a business, only a component of a business. If it is given to someone to get done, that is what business process outsourcing is. We do that. We have been doing that since ages, when we ask a maid to come in and clean our house. That's business process outsourcing, but it requires physical presence. With the help of technology, just imagine what cannot be done. I mean, financial services, transcription services, medical. I mean, a lot of us have not even looked at it, whereas we have one of the largest growing medical billing, community in Pakistan, where we have knowledgeable, experienced coder sitting who understands medical billing and they can provide services. Another thing, which I always wonder, when I started the BPO and when I started the call center, it was not like that we had to actually go ahead and see that we can do this and that. It was a mutual relationship. It was a relationship between the client and the call center. So client had, what do? We market the product for them. So there are multiple mediums to do that. One is, at that point of time, it was, the mainstream media or the newspaper or the billboards. But now we have social media. But if you look at the cost, that's a lot higher. No matter what you do, no matter what we do, telemarketing is the cheapest, medium of marketing right now. And it's going to be like that for so many reasons, because the mainstream of the social media, this is what I think, this is my opinion, is getting used at a commercial scale for a lot of other products. Not only that, but on the political side as well. And when something has such kind of a reach, and this is always expensive. And let me ask you this, what is better than, having a human to human conversation about a product? Can any machine, any advertisement, any other platform, any AI can replace that? I'm sorry, no, I don't think so. So you are now number one. What telemarketing does is it provides the best of the best medium for a customer, for a client to have someone individually communicating with a customer anywhere in the world, explaining the product so that they can go ahead and buy it. Nothing can be replaced. And it has to be a mutual partnership. I mean, it is not supposed to be like that. There is a buyer out there just because he has developed a product or he has an agency or something like that. And they say, okay, you do all the job. And once I get paid, I'm going to share the revenue. I mean, it's pretty simple. If there is a compliance, it has to be, if there is a requirement, it has to be mutual. The stakes has to be mutual. If it is not a win-win, if the stakes are higher at one side, that side will always have a higher margin of losing. And that's what is happening. That's why you don't get paid. You do all the work. I mean, you tell the customers or the clients there, yes, we can do this and that. And I can understand, getting the clients is not easy. But trust me, that's not what the case is. When you see it that way, that there is less opportunity available, that is only when you go beyond and you try your level best to grab the opportunity and you figure it out, on the go. Whereas Laura just mentioned, tons of other companies, tons of clients out there, they need our services. And for that, what we require is we need to step into a mutual relationship, all right? You have a product, good. You want us to market? If you're going to go ahead and make the marketing, it's a pretty simple thing, not very difficult. If you're going to go ahead and have the marketing done through mainstream media on CNN or whatsoever, channel, on cable or whatsoever, you have a marketing budget in place. You give them advance. They prepare a video and they put it out there. You go on social media and you pay social media first. You get your credit card, input. And then what happens? They allow you to, and then they tell you, okay, this lead is costing this much. Now, when it comes to telemarketing, I mean, why there is a discrimination? I mean, that budget which you have is 50 times, not 10 times, not 20 times, 50 times higher than telemarketing budget. Why can't you, if telemarketing from Pakistan or from offshore centers is costing you 10 times lesser than what you are going to be spending on your mainstream media or social media marketing, why can't you go ahead and spend some money, and on what? On bringing the compliant data, on the compliance, and ask us to actually sit down and communicate and take care of your customers and deliver your customers. Just imagine the scale of productivity I'm talking about right now.
If call center is focused only on what? On the quality of service, that they need to make sure when they communicate with the customer in States, in UK, in Australia, in anywhere in the world, they really own the product. And they talk to them like the owner, like the founder of that product or the inventor of that product. They care about it. And that can only happen when this pressure is not there. So on one side, we have 50 times larger budgets for mainstream and for social media. And whereas we have a telemarketing platform, which is already, 10 times cheaper or 50 times cheaper. But just because of the fact that there is a lot of rush going on, it's just, I don't know what has gotten into this industry. As Lauro, just mentioned that when we say, yes, we are compliant and we are not, we need to let them know when we are not. And trust me, if they are a legitimate businessman, they'll do the maths. You need to do some effort and make them understand. And they're going to do the maths. If 20 cents, 25 cents is what is costing them per lead to acquire and for us to actually call on them, let's spend that money and get the quality out of it rather than settling it up, afterwards with what, with the litigators or with the, with those people. These are my thoughts and thinking. I mean, I never step into a business, where I do not have a mutual stake involved on the client end and on our side, because that's what I've learned. That's the only way to success. It is sales, yes, for sure. And it is business, yes, for sure. But we have to be in that relationship. And how we can fix that? It is pretty simple. It is with the unity. I mean, I'm here to share the knowledge. And a lot of people like me, as Lauro is there, about 2 decades of experience, and he can share a lot of it. And then many of you in this, in this transmission right now, and a lot of people in Pakistan, I've been speaking to a lot of people who are in this industry for good, 2 decades now. And they all know the ways. Trust me, they all know the ways how to fix it. Number 1, we have to have the listening ear. And number 2, we have to actually bring them up front. And it is about time. 15,000 call centers, guys. Oh my God. The Pakistani people, they know that. And even in the States, if there are about 250 or 300 people standing in front of Washington, D.C., in front of White House, just imagine the power of that. Or 300, 400 people standing in front of, Parliament House. Just imagine the power of that. It becomes the headline. And that's the unity we are talking about. Not for the worst, but for the best for everyone. Let's get together, guys. I mean, a lot of people in Pakistan are struggling right now. I mean, a country like Pakistan, a third world country, which is struggling, look at the conversion rate, the inflation, and all of that. And then just believe, just see that what kind of revenue is coming in amounts of, in the form of dollars through this industry. And what kind of change this can bring. Charity, I mean, somebody was, saying it the other day. I mean, I think call centers should get together and we should, create a charity and then we should, give it out. Yes, I mean, it's part of the religion. It's a good thing. We should do that. But feeding someone with a fish, is that going to solve the hunger? No. It's going to feed that person for once, but it's not going to, help them out. What is it that he's going to do for the next meal and the meal after and the meal after? He's going to be looking for someone to feed him. But what we have to do is we have to help our community. We have to help the people in the third world country like Pakistan, which has 60% population who are youth, by teaching them the opportunities which are available in BPO. And if we are able to do that, that's when we bring the prosperity. And you know what? The impact of that is what? That the customers and the clients in the States, in the UK, globally, they are happy. They're going to get the quality services. There has to be a balance out there. It sounds like a dream, but trust me, every big thing, every big accomplishment. I mean, you guys, just think of yourself, many of you, and, just imagine yourself about 4 or 5 years back or 3 years back, when you thought of, or maybe 18 years back or 20 years back, when you thought of, establishing something. And it was a dream at that point of time, but you believed in it. And then you've gotten together with some people who believed in you and in the ideas. And then what happened? Now you are the owners of Crown BPOs and Leaders BPOs and whatever BPOs you do, Herrera BPOs. It's a matter of belief, you know, and that's what it takes. And BPO Cloud Pakistan is out there with a very simple and very straightforward mission. And that is to bridge the gap between the supply and the demand. There's a lot of demand and we are not able to supply. That's one thing we have to understand. And when we say demand, that is in the States right now. Every carrier is uncapped. They want more volume. They want to grow, but they don't want to grow, you know, in the wrong way, in the right way. And we have to make sure that we are there to actually provide that supply. And how that's going to happen once we all would get together on a, you know, on one platform to realize that how that can be done. And then we implement those processes. Those are my 2 cents. And we'll be having, you know, bi-weekly seminars. And I'll be requesting to all of you who are here on this platform to actually help more clients, help more centers, and everyone. I mean, that's a global issue, guys. It's not just limited to Pakistan or USA. It's an issue at Philippines. It's an issue at India. It's an issue at Bangladesh. It's an issue at Egypt. These are the problems everyone in the BPO space is facing. And the only reason why it is not getting fixed is because of the fact that we are not united people. We are not. And it's about time we start doing that. And that's how, you know, we're going to actually do the fair business and the right business. Thank you very much for participating. If anyone has any questions, I'm reading the comments. Please share your comment, type it down, and I'm here to answer. We have Laura on the call as well. We have other people. If anyone would want to actually participate, I can add you on and you can actually share your thoughts. Right? I think it's a silence right now. Right? Yes, because if we are not united. That's true, Habil. That's very right. We are not. I think that's the problem everywhere. And you know how it gets resolved is by from one person. Tom used to say that, you know, when we used to get, you know, larger clients and they wanted us to hire 1,000 people. He used to give us an advice. You know, he used to make us sit and say, okay, what are your plans and how you're going to do that? And after listening to all of our stories, all of our plans, he used to tell us, if you can hire one person, you can hire 1,000. To focus on one. And you know, when we talk about unity, that's what unity is right now. There are a lot of people who are on this platform, and we are gathering, and we have to make other people understand that we have to gather up. There is a knowledge house which can be shared. Are you guys creating a platform for startups? Rajput, yes. Mohit, that's absolutely right. And that's why this session was for. So anything which is needed, there is a lot of opportunity. And yes, this is the platform and we can help you out. You can reach out on, I mean, the number is there. I believe so. If it is not there, we're gonna be typing it out. Office address is there. You can reach out and we can help you out. Hotline for guidance is everything I wish. That's Zishan for guidance. That's right. That's right. I agree. Anyone else, guys? I think I've taken a lot of time. Really appreciate your time. Please spread the word, share the video. This knowledge is supposed to be shared. It was more of an informative session, and we'll be talking more in detail. We would have to understand when we get up on the video that there are going to be a lot of people who are not from the industry. And when they're not from the industry, they would have to know generics of this industry and the opportunities. And at the same time, we would have to talk about the problems, which we are facing. As I've said earlier as well, that the industry is old enough, but we would have to understand that we have done a bad job in not getting it recognized as an industry. And that's the beginning of it. Abil, thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Thank you very much for participating, guys. And see you in about 2 weeks. And I'm available on text, on calls. Our team is available on text, on calls to assist in any regards. Really appreciate your time, guys. Thank you.